Go ahead, Kyle. You've been doing this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show, where we're going to talk some Disney news. I'm Kyle, the editorial director for Laughing Place, and joining me today is Doobie Mosley, the co-founder of LaughingPlace.com. Hi, Doobie.
How you doing, Kyle? Thank you for having me. What an honor it is to be here on your show.
Yeah, that's why you get the left position. But we are going to start this show. We got some big news today, but we're going to start this show off the way we start every show, with me hitting the button because I still have that job.
Disney stock price today, as we still feature Moana 2, even though she did not get an Oscar nomination, is 130. Do we even have Oscar nominations on? Oh, that was yesterday. I haven't been watching the show, so forgive me if I repeat some stuff.
Well, you only have to watch one because we didn't do it the other days.
$113. Is this accurate? The last time we did this was 110.17.
That was yesterday.
Oh my goodness!
At this time yesterday.
If you had purchased $1 million worth of stock at this time yesterday, you would be 2% richer, whatever that works out to be.
Yeah, pretty impressive, and that's exceeding the S&P. In case you were wondering, S&P is up.
Any idea what's going on? Is Disney doing something people like?
I mean, Disney made a lot of announcements yesterday, but I don't know. Don't know if anyone would affect this.
Is the change of the president at Disneyland Resort really moving the market?
I think so. They're like, whoa, what's this integration role you're doing? Anyway, but before we get to that, let's get to the weather. Here's Ethan.
Good morning and welcome to another LP Disney weather report. Girl, I can't understand it. Why you want to hurt me? After all the things I've done for you. I buy you champagne and roses, put diamonds on your finger. Diamonds on your finger. Still you hang out all night. What am I to do? My girl wants to party all the time. Party all the time. Party all the time. My girl wants to party all the time. Party all the time. She parties all the time. Ooh-hoo. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is partly cloudy today with a 71-degree high, making for perfect duck weather, or rabbit weather. Duck weather. Walt Disney World will be sunny today with no chance of showers, but it will only see a high of 56. Castaway Cay is 71 today, but winds are making it feel like 64. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will be 75 during the day, cooling to a low of 71 after the guests have left. Disneyland Paris is having another less than stellar weather night, complete with light rains and wind. At least it's currently 52 degrees outside. Tokyo will start the day tomorrow with a few showers, but the sun will make its way out eventually. Still, temps will be in the 40s overall. Shanghai is looking at an overcast day tomorrow and will only reach 53, with a real feel of 48. Lastly, Hong Kong will be sunny tomorrow with a high of 66. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
We have breaking news. Whenever it happens within the span of an hour around the show, I categorize it as breaking. We got closure dates for some things that are happening to make way for Monstropolis.
This is huge.
Yeah. So this May, Grand Avenue will start having closures, including Mama Melrose is the last day to experience Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano will be May 10th, meaning that it'll close on May 11th. And then what is probably more impactful is that Muppet Vision 3D, as well as Pizza Rizzo, will close on June 8th, meaning that the last day to experience both of these will be on June 7th. That is 5 months away, less than 5 months away.
Why would they want to close these locations?
Because they're building Monstropolis eventually. So yeah, we already knew that this was happening. The Muppets will be moving to the Rock and Roller Coaster at some point. We don't have a closure date for that yet that I know of. But yeah, so get your last viewings in this theater, I will say, of Muppet Vision 3D before June if you can.
That is pretty huge. Muppet Vision is actually going away. There are numerous petitions out there. I don't think they're going to work. But the
Change.org fails again. How can?
Has it ever succeeded?
Maybe once.
On to the news that's not breaking, and that was our top story today until the Muppets once again got in the way of everything. And let's start with one of my favorite restaurants in the world, and that is the Napa Rose at the Disneyland Resort's Grand Californian Hotel. I may have eaten here more than any place else aside from Beaches and Cream. We used to go here every Friday night. And hard to believe it's time for a remodel. Didn't this thing just open like a couple of years ago?
Yeah, 24 years ago.
24 years ago. That is, let me think. When I started going to Disneyland in 95, 24 years before that would have been like 71, which there was no Epcot. In fact, when Disney World just opened, that's how long it's been. That is crazy. This is a good question. Let us take this question for a moment. I think it's clear from the way Kyle talked where he stands. Where do you stand on the closing date terminology? You consider the closing date the first date is closed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I consider the closing date the last date it's open. If only to make sure people don't go on the closing date to experience it and realize it's not there anymore.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'd probably say, it closes on June 7th because it is going to close at June 7th. Once it closes I guess the real question is what time does Hollywood Studios close? Because if it closes before midnight, then yes, the closing date is the end of the day that it last operates. But as you're saying, when we're writing about these things, we need to make clear what are.
Yeah, when we write about it, we make it unambiguous by saying the last day of operation.
But yeah, in general, I would say if I was just talking to a friend and say, oh yeah, Muppet Vision's closing on June 7th because it will close on June 7th and never reopen.
We're on the same page with that one. Shocking. Yeah. All right, Napa Rose, yes, bougie Napa Rose. Eaten here many times. We're not rich. They were very kind to us because we were such regulars. But anyway, it's getting a brand new look, which is crazy because it just opened 24 years ago. And here it is, an exquisite new look that celebrates craftsman design with an eye toward modern California luxury and approachability. Does this look approachable to you, Kyle?
Yeah.
You'll have a rustic elegance, will be a tapestry of California's storied history of wine and winemaking, using natural textures such as reclaimed French oak flooring and columns. Hand-pinged.
It's about time we reclaim that wood from the French.
It's not pinged or pinged. I don't know. Hand something artisan metals, leathers, deep colors of Cabernet, and an eye-catching chandelier inspired by California's Mission grapevines. Someone wrote that, and I thought I should respect them by reading it.
I see the influence of the grapevines in the chandelier. I'll say that much.
Counters will be expanded, allowing guests to watch chefs even closer in the dynamic exhibition kitchen, which is one of the cool parts about Napa Rose is the kitchen is wide open, and it is cool to watch artists work there. The patio is being enhanced with 2 new fireplaces. It will temporarily close in the spring and reopen in the fall. So Napa Rose, major changes. Kind of exciting. Love it. Have you ever eaten a Napa Rose?
I haven't. It's a favorite of a friend of mine, but whenever we were together, we'd go to Steakhouse 55. It became our tradition. So we'd go there instead. So maybe, I guess what I'm saying is the next time that I'm in town, since Steakhouse 55 is no more, perhaps I'll finally get to go to Napa Rose, except the next time I'll there, they'll probably be closed with my...
Recommend Napa Rose highly. Rebecca says, I can't believe Napa will change. Maybe they will find your wedding ring. Yes, I lost my wedding ring. Playing with it at Napa Rose, it fell on the ground. I forgot to pick it up and went back later. It was Napa. So if you do find it, if anyone from Disneyland's watching, you find a gold band, pretty thick. I got fat fingers. Put it aside for me, please. Staying at the Grand Californian, they're also redoing the guest rooms. Like I said, they just opened. All guest rooms at the California and the Vacation Club Villas are set to be refreshed with new decor, bedding, and more. Let's again show some respect. Bold new colors will be added to the rooms across the carpets, upholstery, and bedding with accents inspired by the beautiful California wildflower blooms, often found in impressionistic plein air paintings that help define the art movement of the arts and crafts period. Each room will have new artwork that was commissioned from local plein air painters. What is plein?
I had to look it up. I guess it's a thing. But yeah, these rooms don't look that different. I think it's mostly just the carpet and a few other like little touches. This isn't a huge remodel, but something else they could throw into this roundup that they dumped on us.
I'm glad they don't look that different. As soon as you hear that and you look at what they've done in some other places like the cabins, I got a little scared, but no, they look good. Thank you very much, OG55. Please take his advice, smash that like and subscribe. Ring the bell. We appreciate it very much. All right, let's move to a different hotel before we go back. You know what? That's dumb. We're at the Grand Californian.
Go ahead and move on, and then I'll go, we have to go back.
Okay. Let's move on to a different hotel. And let's go to the Disneyland Hotel, where they are redoing their Concierge Lounge, which I have had the opportunity to experience. It's actually called their club level there. And they are redoing it as the High Key Club, celebrating the music and sounds of Disneyland Park circa 1955, which sounds really cool, actually. It's also going to be designed in the same mid-century modern aesthetic, featuring a custom soundtrack showcasing the songs and sounds of the park and displaying prominent artifacts. It's going to double the space of the previous club lounge, which was actually rather small for a hotel like that. In the Adventure Tower, no opening date given. Wait, take that back. We'll open this summer at the Disneyland Hotel.
It's in the first sentence of the article.
See, I looked at the end because that's where it was for the Grand Californian.
Do we? We have to go back.
We have to go back. Let's go back to the Grand Californian Hotel because they too are making changes at the concierge level. They're going to add a second lounge, a 2-story space that will celebrate classic Californian craftsman design, the old Triple C, continuing the hotel's forest theme of the Great Hall lobby. The new concierge lounge will be inspired by giant sequoias and will be located high in the treetops of the 5th and 6th floors. They called it an aviary. I don't know if they're going to have birds, but it will be a cool place to read.
One might sneak in. There's always a chance.
And it will be opening in 2026. And finally, sticking to stuff happening not in the theme park.
This is all in one Parks blog post, by the way, which I will also mention was published about the same time as like the rest of the stuff that we have in this section. So you can imagine how it was for us yesterday, circa 2 p.m. Pacific.
Circa 2 p.m. Yes, this is all this is hotel related. So now we are going to the Pixar Place Hotel, the newest, depending on how you term it, hotel at the Disneyland Resort, where they are adding 2 new 2-bedroom themed premium suites featuring Coco, which you can see here, which is inspired by the Riviera family hacienda with many family photos and mementos, which looks pretty cool. But
makes it feel like an Airbnb if you're staying in there.
Well, why stay there when you can stay in the Incredible Suite, which was really cool. It's going to have that mid-century design with a spy-fi twist from Incredibles 2. You remember that part. The suite includes a primary bedroom for the par parents, or you, with a connecting room for Edna Mode designed by Edna herself. Beginning with a hand-scanning prop at the entryway, guests will encounter super inspired touches and special effects, including a spy phone, hidden messages, a secret door, and other surprises. So lots and lots and lots of changes happening at all the Disneyland Resort hotels. We've already recently been talking about some of the changes at Downtown Disney. They are doing a ton of stuff at the Disneyland Resort outside the theme parks.
And speaking of the Disneyland Resort, the president of the resort is leaving his post. Ken Potrock, as featured on the left there, it will be leaving to take on a new role, president of the Walt Disney Company Major Events Integration.
I have a question. What is Major Events Integration?
Well, he's going to be responsible for developing comprehensive cross-country plans to maximize the value of large-scale sports, entertainment, and tourism events ranging from the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics to the 250th anniversary of the nation, which will be taking place in 2026. Now, Doobie, you may be asking yourself, how is he going to integrate with the Los Angeles Olympics when NBC has a stranglehold on the Olympics broadcast and all things? I don't know.
I don't know either, but what I presume is that's really got to be secondary, and I'm sure this is in there, to the Super Bowl integration, because that is actually on ABC. Is that correct?
Well, the Super Bowl, whenever that is, that would take place when is their first one?
I believe it's sooner. Yeah, it's sooner than the Olympics.
I don't know. But yeah,
it's on ABC.
But yeah, and so he's going to still report to Josh D'Amaro. However, it does mention that he'll be accountable to Jimmy Pitaro at ESPN. So yeah, very nebulous role. But with his departure, as usually happens, there's a cascade of other changes. So taking his place over at the Disneyland Resort as president is Thomas Maslam, who, with his departure, Joe Schott will move into president at Disney Signature Experiences. And with his departure, Andrew Bolstein will become president and general manager of the Shanghai Disney Resort.
And Andrew, we could use a bigger picture of you.
I tried so hard.
I'm not letting you.
This one's 9. No. I tried all this, and don't you hate it when Google Images is like, this is a nice big photo, and then you click it, and it's like a tiny one, or it's not on the page that they're telling you that the photo is on.
Yes, the Olympics are in LA. That is the reason for the integration, because I believe Disneyland is also somewhere in that vicinity. But they're
Yeah.
broadcast on NBC, and historically, and you and Fanboy, geez, he has an actual name now. You and Benji,
I know, it's so weird using his real name on the podcast.
you and Benji did a quick live spot on this after it was announced last night. So if anyone wants some of
he had
Benji's
thoughts.
insights, go check that out, because he does, as he mentioned, usually when the Olympics, it's happened once, but when the Olympics were in town in the past, it was actually really bad for Disneyland attendance. It's not good for it.
No, it happens in other countries as well. Like most recently in Paris, they saw some soft attendance during the Paris Olympics.
So, and it's like I said, it's both interesting that they focus on the Olympics, which are on NBC, and no mention of the Super Bowl, which is before the Olympics and on ABC.
Yeah.
I have no doubt they know exactly.
Well, they know how to integrate with that one. Maybe he's going to try to integrate with some things they're not supposed to integrate to.
One thing we know is whatever they're doing, Disney knows how to make money. And speaking of making money,
yeah, they released the. That's still the guy. They announced.
Oh, but it was a great segue.
They released the proxy statement, which for reasons we'll get to in a moment, but it revealed Bob Iger's 2024 fiscal 2024 compensation. This time it was up to $41.1 million after you consider his regular salary plus his bonuses and all that good stuff. That is noticeably up from the $35.6 million he brought in 2023 fiscal year, but it is still a tad lower than what he got in 2021, which is his last full year at the company before he left and then came back. And then also, I want to point out that does not include the $41 or $42 million in stock that he sold last year.
Does he? Is that stock he was awarded, or?
Yeah, so
okay. So that's just
that
clear
counts
profit
what he
for
was
him.
awarded, but he had to sell however much. That's why it's not included. But yeah, he had to sell stock because it was expiring. But the reason we got that proxy statement, is ahead of the annual meeting of the shareholders, which they announced will take place on March 30th. And back in the day, the next question would be, well, where are they holding it? What city do I get to travel to this year to go see the shareholder meeting? Is it Philadelphia? Is it New Orleans for Tiana's Bayou Adventure? No, it's just online. They just do it from nowhere. Yeah,
that is so disappointing.
Yeah, and even more disappointing is that Fanboy, as we'll call him, will be on a cruise during this time. So I guess it's the Kyle show.
March 30th? Check that out. It may truly be the Kyle show, you know?
We need Gideon to call in and ask about the changing of Hollywood studios.
Because if Fanboy's on a cruise, there is a fair chance that I am on the cruise with Fanboy. I'm going to check that out. I'm checking out my Disney Cruise app right now. I do so much traveling, I don't need to keep track of it.
You don't have a Google Calendar that has such things?
I don't. I do, but this isn't on it. It should be. Stand by, please. No one cares, but I'm still going to find out. Oh, sign in. We're almost there.
Okay, hold on. Before you say it, you let me know. Wow, this is some good TV.
All right, you can go now. I am not on a cruise.
Oh.
It shows how much cruising Fanboy is doing. I am on this cruise with Fanboy. Not on that one. All right, so I'll be back. I'll be here to help you, Kyle.
Cool. So yes, we'll look for that March 30th. We'll be live blogging it as we always do. They're not as interesting as they used to be, but every once in a while, because they do take real questions, most of the time, there can be some interesting ones.
Here's my bold prediction. Once they finally have a new CEO, one of the things the CEO will do to endear himself to the fans is announce the return of in-person shareholder meetings, with the first one being either in Orlando or Southern California.
I like it.
Down. All right, and finally, in this initial section of the show, we are happy that two great men will be honored. They will be inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. You don't recognize these guys? Perhaps you know the company they founded, Aero Development. You don't recognize Aero Development? You should. It was founded by Carl Bacon.
Carl
Bacon and Ed Morgan, and they are among the 17 inductees in this year's class, both of which will be awarded posthumously since they're rather aged in this black and white picture. But they engineered the world's first tubular steel roller coaster Also, the first roller coaster that could have multiple cars on the track. You may know it as Disneyland's Matterhorn, opened in 1959. So if you like the Matterhorn, you like modern coasters, thank these guys. Congratulations, posthumously, Carl Bacon, Ed Morgan, for being inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, should I take this? Do you want this?
I don't know. We didn't. I'll take it.
Okay.
Paradise is a new show coming to Hulu. They also announced it's going to get. They're going to show the pilot on ABC as well as on FX, but mostly on Hulu. Our own Bill Galzel did a review of it for us and seemed to enjoy it quite a bit. His subhead is Sterling K. Brown further elevates the show to must-see TV, and you'll hear those sentiments expressed in his final paragraph where he writes, Paradise is one of those unique shows that comes along and relies exclusively on the power of the lead actor. Sterling K. Brown makes the show a must-watch for anyone who enjoys sharply written, multi-layered stories. So yeah, this is a thriller from the creator of This Is Us, who also did Gallivant. He does all sorts of things. I don't think that he's not one of those creators where where his name attached to it tells you the genre of the show.
Gallivant, This Is Us, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, this seems like a thriller. Sterling K. Brown's in it. Several other people. James Marsden, I think, looks like he's a president or something based on the images I'm seeing.
Love this cast. We watched This Is Us. We were late to that party, but we did watch it. And what a great show. And Sterling K. Brown was definitely the best of a great group of actors. Rebecca and I are so excited for this show. We are, and hearing this review now. Cannot wait. Also love James Marsden. This is going to be fantastic. Debuts on ABC and FX, I believe, but it's actually a Hulu show, right? Hulu show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. That's what my
I'm
whole
hoping
intro
the
was.
fact that it's debuting on ABC and FX means that it's not overly R-rated, considering in general it's just Hulu.
Yeah. I also want to give props to Sterling K. Brown for defending Emo's Pizza against Jimmy Kimmel the other night.
And yes, we did say James Marsden as the president in this show, which so excited. Yes, good TV is just so exciting.
And the rest.
All right, Disneyland After Dark Star Wars Nights tickets go on sale pretty soon. Let me get that picture up for you. Share this tab instead. Talk just for a second.
Lightsabers. Yeah, I can just take the story. We already knew that Disneyland After Dark Star Wars Nights would be happening in, I think, late April or early May. Makes sense. We have on-sale dates. So the general public will be able to purchase tickets no earlier than 9 a.m. on January 30th. But ahead of that, if you have the top tier key, the Inspire key, you can do it January 28th, or if you're just a regular Magic key holder, you can do it January 29th. And again, general on sale is January 30th.
I feel like general public, instead of doing this, we should say tenderness.
Tenderness.
All right, if you're a fan of romance or dogs or spaghetti, has El Capitan got something for you. February 6th through 9th, they are doing a special screenings of Lady and the Tramp for Valentine's Day, although it's February 6th through 9th. Showtimes will run daily 10, 1, 4, and 7. You can enjoy the film and grab a picture at a cool photo op. And if you really want something special, you can pair the film with an Italian meal with the Sweethearts Dinner and Movie Package, $70. You can get tickets for the 7 p.m. showing and a prefix dinner at Michelli's Italian Restaurant in Hollywood.
Yeah, and over at Epcot, Jeremiah was there earlier this week and saw that the Create Your Own Headband station had a new character that you could purchase. It's Figment. So if you're not familiar, they introduced this a few months ago where you buy just the headband and then you can purchase some individual characters to adorn your headband. And now Figment is one of the options. It's $11.99 for each of the characters, and I think it's $10 for the headband itself. And this was popular over at Hong Kong Disneyland. We noticed it when we were there maybe 2 years ago. And then it's come to America since.
I want to be adored. I want to.
Marshall was a busy bee
Archer, Will,
the other
and
day.
Holly
Yep.
on a routine expedition.
So he did a couple of articles for us. One is called "Remake These Movies, Disney," where, obviously Disney has a penchant for remaking or rebooting some of their titles. So he said, well, instead of doing the ones we've done a million times before, like Herbie definitely has no sequels or remakes. But he highlights some other films he thinks are due to be remade, including another movie that has a sequel, The Rescuers.
The Three Caballeros, no sequel there. All right.
They do have their own ride.
What else is going on? What else is Marshall
The other
been
thing
doing?
he did was called the LP Bookshelf, and hopefully this will be a recurring thing, but he wanted to highlight some books about Disney or tangentially related to Disney, including some of his recommendations and some from other people on our staff, including myself. I recommended one in there.
Wow.
So yeah, you can go ahead and check that out. And also remember that audiobooks count as reading.
They better, or I have not read a book in decades. Extinct Attractions, Cole Guryak continues. He didn't get married and get lazy. He has continued his semi-weekly Extinct Attractions column this week, focusing on Flight of Fantasy Parade at Hong Kong Disneyland, which opened in 2011. And I think he said it ran for about a decade. And so he is covering that. And somehow, I remember it must have been 2-3 years ago, he's like, I think I'm going to run out of attractions. And yet they just keep coming. So congratulations, Cole. And finally, Who's the Boss had its live recording yesterday, and it is now available through your favorite podcast player or via Laughing Place. And yesterday, looked forward to 2025 in the world of Star Wars, 2025 Star Wars preview, lots of books, lots of comic books, but a few other cool things. And they had an awesome guest. It was actually really entertaining. I don't watch Who's the Boss that much, but I did watch this one. Their special guest was me, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So check that out on LP or via your favorite podcast player.
The best part was when you punched out for a minute and Mike struggled to find the recap he needed to read. That was some top-level entertainment. I hope he kept that in the podcast.
That was the only part I missed was when I had to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom right before the show, too, but I'm 53, man.
That happens. This is the part of the show where I get to quiz Doobie about things that happened on this day in Disney history. Are you ready, Doobie?
I am so ready for this.
All right. On this day in 1978, someone was born, and I will read you the poem, and that's not going to help a whole lot, so I'll give you some of their credits to help you out. A voice that's both quirky and bright brings laughter and joy with her might. From cartoons, she will bring a wild, zany thing that makes every scene feel just right. Some of her Disney credits include Bob's Burgers, the Toy Story franchise, Gravity Falls, and the so good that it can't even be on Disney Plus anymore, Mysterious Benedict Society.
I'm picturing a person, could not tell you her name, so let's see if I'm right.
It's a girl. That's a good job. Kristen Shaw is her name.
That's who I'm picturing.
I'm going to believe you. I think you're right. Next up, on this day in 1993, something opened at the Disneyland Resort, or as it was called then, Disneyland.
1993 was not a major year. It can't be that major an attraction. No clues here? Just
It's a land, so I would call it major.
Okay. A land opened in 1993. It would be Toontown, you idiot.
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself here. Yes, that's embarrassing. I knew that. Toontown.
Not a major attraction at all.
It's not. And you know what? Roger Rabbit did not open that year, so no major attraction opened.
It's true. I'm not going to make you guess this one, but on this day in the year 2000, this gentleman was named... I lost the thing. Get the official thing. He was not the CEO, but he was named President and Chief Operating Officer of the Walt Disney Company.
That was 25 years ago.
Yep.
He must be so ready to retire. The dude just put $80 million in the bank, and he's like, I still got to go to work every day. Come on, guys. Let me get out of here and live my life.
On this day in 2006, a major purchase from the Walt Disney Company was announced.
Marvel, Lucas. Penguin. Club
Penguin?
Club Penguin. It's not Marvel or Lucas.
No. 2006.
Benji would know this so fast. I want a moment for this one because I would like to get this.
Okay. Yeah, I would really hope.
Is it Pixar?
It is Pixar, and if you
Oh.
don't believe me that it was happened today, look at this. Still on the Walt Disney Company site, Disney to acquire Pixar, January 24th, 2006.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah. Fred
Thank you,
Ramirez
Fred
helped you?
Ramirez. Yeah.
You couldn't think of the other major acquisition that Disney's made in the past 20
It's
years?
just like it feels like it's been here forever now.
That's true. I mean, they have been working with them longer than that, but they obviously didn't buy them until more recently. Anyway, on this day in 2007, an attraction opened at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I did say attraction and not ride.
No, it's too late for that. 2007.
It might be related to the previous story. It's something that you love and I think is highly overrated. Or was, because it's not technically there anymore.
Just tell me what it is.
It is Finding Nemo.
I almost guessed that, and then I'm like, no, that was later than that, so I'm doubly stupid. But
That's my dad.
that is a spectacular show, and you have no heart.
And on the same day, another attraction opened at Epcot.
I'm so
Still
bad.
there today.
I'm so bad at this. Yeah, Future World Showcase.
It was in Future World. What was Future World at the time? Still there today.
Nemo. The Nemo ride.
The Seas with Nemo and Friends. Yes, it was a very Nemo 2007.
So we still are media, obviously, but back then we actually covered events ourselves. And so I remember the opening of Finding Nemo the musical. Got to go on stage, interview Allison Case, who was the opening Nemo there, who is now on Broadway. So that was really cool. And my memory of the opening of Finding Nemo the musical is Meg Crofton, who was the head of Walt Disney World back then. It was a rainy day, and she's giving her speech while someone is holding an umbrella over her head. So there you go. Backstage memories from Doobie for events you can't remember happened.
Yeah. And that is the end of this day in Disney history. I've refreshed the Parks blog. I do not see anything breaking over there.
I may have a pocket pick.
Okay. I'm going to hit the button in anticipation, so don't let me down.
I'm gonna try not to let you down. Go ahead, hit the button. I may let you down. 1 second.
We need a hold music. I'll just use it.
Whoopsie.
All right, I can't find the original source for it, so I'm going to use, and Disney may not have put it up themselves, but multiple people have put it up. We have a relationship with WDW Magazine, right?
Sure.
So I am going to use their version of this. It's a YouTube short as they have it. Yeah, it's the short version. You know what? We're going to save this for Monday. I want to do this right. So
Okay.
it's a really
You
cool
let me
Disney.
down.
It's a cool new Disney Cruise commercial.
Whoopsie.
I let you down. Okay, I've got one. No, I didn't let you down. I've got a different pocket pick.
Okay. I'm so ready.
This one's cute. Not as cute as the towel one I want to show you. From TikTok, so you got to time it right. Let's leave it on mute. Ah, stupid TikTok. Should have closed you when they had the chance.
Are you a Castaway Club member? Did they send you the ad in some sort of email?
I don't know how people got this ad. Why is it
Because
sharing?
it's unlisted and it's been up for a month, so I don't know how people got it either.
Oh, you found it?
I don't have it with me currently, but I've looked into this.
Okay. Anyway, this is cute. What I hope my future will look like. And then older couple sitting on a bench. It looks like Port Orleans, French Quarter, I'm guessing. And Chip just hanging out. I just thought it was adorable. I probably would not have used it. There's the towel commercial right there. But I will save it for next week.
And that's it for
That's
this
it.
episode of the Disney Morning Show.
So catch this, guys. We are going to do this again on Monday. I am going to be here. That is the plan.
Yay.
Down websites could get in the way of that, but I don't anticipate it. We've been doing well so far this week.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Doobie has valid excuses this week, even though Ethan kind of roasted you a tiny bit yesterday. I know you missed that, but he gave your pick of the day and then questioned whether you actually get a pick of the day if you're not on the show.
That's funny. Okay, thanks for joining us. We will see y'all Monday. Have a great weekend.
I forgot I can't wave and